Hi everyone, welcome to Instrumental Music's Senior Awards for 2020. This is not at all the ideal way to do it. It would have been at Pop's Picnic, but since we couldn't have Pop's Picnic this year, I figured I'd put together a little video so that the awards ceremony could be watched later if needed. So we're going to go through all of our senior awards like we normally would right now. And I'll say a few words of each student as I announce this year's recipients. Before we jump into that though, I would just like to say how proud I am of this year's graduating senior class in instrumental music. And I know that everyone who's graduating this year is going to be very successful in the future. Keep going. Don't be discouraged right now because everything will be okay. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and get started with our outstanding seniors by ensemble. I'll be starting right now with the jazz band. Actually, Mrs. Olson's going to do that. Sorry. Mrs. Olson, over to you.
The other award that I'll be presenting tonight is the Outstanding Senior in Jazz Band Award. So this award was a really hard one for me to choose because there are so many of you great seniors in jazz band this year. The student I ended up selecting, though, has been in jazz all 4 years and has worked his way up to being a really confident section leader. And also in class, I thought of when I ask who wants to improvise a solo or who wants a solo in this chart, his hand is the first one to go up pretty much every single time. And when he does solo, whether it's improvised or written, it's really confident and really ends up sounding good for performances. It's been really fun to see his progress with music in general, but especially in jazz, since I've been able to be his teacher for those 4 years. So this year's Outstanding Senior in Jazz Band Award goes to Drew Iglesia. The next award is the Frederick Chopin Piano Award. When I choose this award, it really can go to any student who's been in either of the jazz classes or Piano 1 or Piano 2 or Piano 3, and this student for our award this year, I believe, has been in every single one of those classes. The student plays the piano very well, obviously, improvises, composes, and is just an all-around very fun, happy student to teach. So this year's Frederick Chopin Piano Award goes to Danny Pineda.
All right. Now we're going to go over to Outstanding Senior in Jazz Ensemble. This year I felt there were 2 deserving students. The first recipient is one who has really stepped up to playing high in the trumpet section. And he's been very dedicated. Unfortunately, he could only be in jazz ensemble this year, but he's very deserving of this award and has contributed so much to our ensemble. Our first Outstanding Senior in Jazz Ensemble is Daniel Shea. Our next Outstanding Senior in Jazz Ensemble is one of the few kids who is consistently on time. But aside from that, he's a wonderful player and contributes a lot as our only guitar player in the ensemble. So at this time, I'd like to recognize another Outstanding Senior in Jazz Ensemble, Devin Masongsong. Our next Outstanding Senior is coming to us from Symphonic Band. This student has been in the program for about 3 years, and he started out as pretty close to a beginner, and now he is swimming with the best of them, and I'm really, really proud of the progress he's made. This year's Outstanding Senior in Symphonic Band is Ryan Leonard. Our next Outstanding Senior comes from Chamber Orchestra. Like Jazz Ensemble, I chose 2 students for Chamber Orchestra this year. Both are incredibly strong players in the ensemble. Both are section leaders. Both have contributed tremendous amounts of personal time and help to the ensemble, and I'm very proud of both of them. The first recipient for Outstanding Senior in Chamber Orchestra is Minyoung An, and our second recipient for Outstanding Senior in Chamber Orchestra is Temerlin Brown. And now we come to Outstanding Senior in Wind Ensemble. In this ensemble, I also chose 2 students, especially since that class is gigantic this year with 60 kids. I'm really proud of our first recipient for Wind Ensemble. The amount of musicianship that has improved in the student is tremendous and wonderful to see and hear, and I'm very proud of him. That is Samuel Imbresci. Our second recipient for Outstanding Senior in Wind Ensemble is kind of a quiet guy, but he's a wonderful player and has contributed a lot to Wind Ensemble as well as Symphony Orchestra. And I'm going to miss this guy next year. Here's Joey Blodgett, Outstanding Senior. Our next batch of awards are going to move towards the College Park specific awards. So we give 4 awards that are original to College Park, that were started at our school and exist only at our school. So the first one is the Maurice Bud Howe Memorial Award. The Maurice Bud Howe Award bears the name of the very first instrumental music booster president, Maurice Bud Howe. This was a parent that was always willing to sacrifice his time and energy to make things special for the students. He would go above and beyond to do whatever was necessary to make sure that things were run with success. He was a wonderful human being that exhibited a very giving and compassionate spirit. So every year when I give this award, I try to choose a student that I feel is exhibits those 2 great qualities of being a giving and compassionate person. This year's recipient of the Maurice Bud Howe, I'm very proud to announce, is Colton Walker. Our next CP specific award is the Leonard V. Larson Award. There was a band conductor from Minnesota who moved to California and taught right here in Mount Diablo Unified School District. He was a composer and was proficient on many instruments, especially ancient and exotic instruments. He had a high commitment to music education and an incredible zest for life. His name was Leonard V. Larson. So this award I always give to someone who has has good energy, has that zest for life. And the first person that came to mind when I was thinking about all this was the one and only Sky Daly. This year's recipient of Leonard V. Larson is Sky Daly. She is a lot of energy in a great way, and we're going to miss her next year. And then finally we come to, I had said that there were 4 CP specific awards. There's actually 5. There's a new one this year that I'll announce in just a moment. I'll do that now. We have 2 scholarships to give now. Originally, we started out by giving 1 scholarship called the Jim Hodge Memorial Scholarship. That will be the last CP specific award that I'll announce in a moment. But first, I would like to talk about the new scholarship that we are starting to give for the first time this year. This new scholarship is called the Falcon Wings Scholarship. This scholarship has been established as a generous gift from the Wilk family. This scholarship honors the memory of Mr. Brett Wilk, who is Micah Wilk's dad, who was an accomplished musician both as a percussionist in school as well as a singer with the Oakland Opera. This scholarship, for the first time at College Park, in the amount of $750, this year is awarded to Jeremy Collins, not only for his love and passion of music, but also to help further his music education at the collegiate level. Congratulations, Jeremy. And that takes us to our last CP-specific award. That's the Jim Hodge Memorial Scholarship. Honoring the memory of Mr. Hodge and his dedication to music education at College Park High School from 1973 to 2004, this scholarship is awarded this year in the amount of $1,000 to Caroline Turner to further her music education at the collegiate level. Congratulations, Caroline. And that scholarship comes from our music boosters and really does try to honor Jim Hodge and keep his memory alive, because he was one of my predecessors at College Park and he was here for many, many, many years. So that's a great honor for Caroline today. Congratulations, Caroline. Our next batch of awards are what I like to call our nationally recognized music awards, because no matter where you go to high school in the United States, any instrumental music program at the high school level can give these awards. So our first batch is a batch of 4, and we have excuse me, yes, we have the, I'm going to start with the Patrick S. Gilmore Band Award. The Patrick S. Gilmore Band Award was introduced in 1994 in honor of the legendary bandmaster and impresario Patrick Gilmore, born 1829, died 1892. His band joined General Burnside's expedition to North Carolina in the Civil War. Gilmore also played for every president of his day, including Abraham Lincoln. So this award I usually try to give to a student who exhibits like their life is band, you know? Any performance opportunity, any sort of musical output that the student can do, they do. And this particular recipient this year for this award actually played with us for the first time at CP as an 8th grader. She came over from Valley View because we needed another French horn and symphony orchestra, and she nailed it. I'm very proud to announce that this year's Patrick S. Gilmore Band Award recipient is Jada Ramos. Our next award is going to be the Woody Herman Jazz Award. The Woody Herman Jazz Award was created in 1988, shortly after Herman's death, to honor outstanding jazz students. Woodrow Charles Woody Herman was an American jazz clarinetist, alto and soprano saxophonist, singer, and big band leader. So the student that I always choose for this one is, again, that type of kid that exhibits a real love and passion for being in jazz. And this student fits the bill. He's been with us for 4 years. He has, I was just telling another adult, a friend of mine recently, about how when he does drum fills in jazz ensemble, I think to myself, yeah, I couldn't have told him to do that. It was perfect. So I'm really happy to announce that this year's Woody Herman Jazz Award recipient is Alex Schaefer. Our next award is the Quincy Jones Musicianship Award. In his long musical career, Quincy Jones has done it all as composer, arranger, performer, producer, and teacher. Every music program has those students who share this boundless energy and musical versatility. This award is given to recognize and encourage students in their pursuit of music. So the student that I choose for this one, I always choose a student who is doing many things within instrumental music. Not a student who's just in one ensemble or anything like that, but is in multiple ensembles, but is also going above and beyond for music. And this student is no exception. He put together the College Park Saxophone Quartet along with Jacob Willems and John Michael Bellison and one of the Benaboo twins, Sam. Sorry, I'll get it right one of these days. And I'm really proud of him for doing all of the work he's done with this. They've had their own gigs. They have their own student-led rehearsals at lunch and brunch and RTI. And this kid's gonna be really successful as he goes into college. I'm really happy to announce that this year's Quincy Jones Musicianship Award recipient is Andrew Moorhead. And then we come to the Leonard Bernstein Musicianship Award. The Leonard Bernstein Award honors outstanding students for their creativity and musicianship. In his long career, Bernstein made an indelible mark on the musical world as a conductor, composer, and teacher. This award honors a student whose musical contributions, dedication, and creativity sets them apart as deserving the highest recognition for their achievements. This one's a little bit of a unique award in that I try to choose someone who demonstrates a high level of commitment to the program, but is also going that extra mile to always get as much music as they possibly can. And this student does that. I often hear this student practicing at lunch when everyone else is chit-chatting and eating or whatever. He's over there still practicing, and we just finished wind ensemble. I'm really proud of this student. He's going to be quite good in college and beyond. I'm really happy to announce that this year's Leonard Bernstein Musicianship Award is Jeremy Collins. All right. Our next award is the National School Orchestra Award. The National School Orchestra Award, like the John Philip Sousa Band Award, the National School Orchestra Award is the pinnacle of achievement in a high school orchestra program. It recognizes outstanding dedication and superior musicianship. I'm really proud of this year's recipient of this award. She has been I don't even know where to begin. I told her personally a few months ago when she was running a cello sectional that that I was really proud of the way she was doing it and impressed with the way she was doing it. And I told her that that I don't see that very often, that a student can run a sectional as well as she does. But aside from that, she's also a wonderful player and has helped not only lead the cello section in chamber orchestra and symphony orchestra, but she's always willing to help in any other way possible. And I'm very proud of this student, and she's very, very deserving of this award. This year's National School Orchestra Award recipient is Anna Zagac. That takes us next to our Louis Armstrong Jazz Award. Louis Armstrong, trumpeter, singer, bandleader, was the epitome of jazz. His imaginative, simple style led the way for others and changed the course of jazz. His phenomenal skill dazzled audiences around the world. The Louis Armstrong Jazz Award was introduced in 1974 to honor outstanding jazz students. The recipient of this award, I always choose a student who I know kind of lives and breathes not only band, but jazz especially. This student can improv solo very well now and has grown so much in that regard, but also has a real passion for jazz, I believe. And I'm really proud of him. He's a lot of energy. He's a lot of fun. He can take a joke. And I'm really proud to announce that this year's Louis Armstrong Jazz Award winner is John Michael Bellison. And that takes us to our final award of the nationally recognized music awards, and that is the John Philip Sousa Band Award. Since 1954, the 100th anniversary of John Philip Sousa's birth, thousands of high school students have honored their top band students with the John Philip Sousa Band Award. The pinnacle of achievement in a high school band program, the Sousa Award recognizes outstanding dedication and superior musicianship. The award has become a nationwide symbol of excellence in musical achievement. Where do I begin with this student? Over the last couple of years, his overall musicianship has reached a very high level. I'm very impressed with his playing, but more importantly, I think I'm impressed with how he approaches life and music in general. He's very calm. He's very easygoing, but very focused as well, and very responsible. He's funny, and I can always count on him to be very dedicated and a wonderful player. We're going to miss him next year, and I'm very happy to announce that this year's John Philip Sousa Band Award recipient is Matthias Martin. So with that, I believe we are done. Thank you very much for coming to the Zoom tonight and then watching this video. This video will be posted on YouTube so that we can share a link of it to share with other people that maybe didn't get to see it tonight. Once again, congratulations to the class of 2020, Instrumental Music. We're very proud of you. We lost the last bit of the school year when things get real good musically, but you're going to have many, many more wonderful musical opportunities in your futures. And I have no doubt that everyone's going to do very well. So thank you very much, everybody. And we will see you soon. Thanks.